This move I could see being used to pinch a little. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Naybor Games. I'm your host, Naybor, and today we are counting down my top 10 most anticipated cards for the new Burning Shadows expansion set from the Pokemon trading card game. I'm going to go through my top 10 list with a couple honorable mentions, and let me know what kind of cards you're looking forward to in the comments below. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Coming in at number 10 is Charizard GX. Charizard GX has some pretty hefty attacks. Wing attack for 2 colors gives you 70 damage. Crimson Storm for 3 fire and a DCE does 300 damage, but you have to discard 3 fire energy from Charizard GX. The GX attack, Raging Out, for a fire and a DCE allows you to discard the top 10 cards on your opponent's deck. This move I could see make a little disruption in a pinch, or maybe used with Trashalanche Garb deck just to kind of throw some extra item cards possibly into the discard pile and do a lot of extra damage. However, for other instances, I wouldn't see this attack used on a regular basis. Charizard GX is a sturdy card, and for that reason, I am putting it on my list, but the fact that it burns a lot of energy for attacks and the fact that it's a stage 2 gives it the 10th spot for me. Up next we have Kiawe. This card is a decent supporter card and can be used mostly with Charizard GX, Turtonator, Ho-Oh GX, just any kind of fire Pokemon, because it really helps you push energy to your Pokemon. You take and you're allowed to search your deck for 4 fire energy cards and put them onto 1 Pokemon. This will help with Charizard in that Crimson Storm attack. That attack already discards a lot of energy, so you can push it right back onto it. And then with an easy like energy retrieval or something like that, you can pull those energy cards back into your deck or into your hand and then use that. We don't have the VS Seeker anymore, but Kiawe, I do see that probably being used in a lot of these new Charizard decks. Coming in at number 8, I have Marshadow GX. He has very many good reasons for gaining this spot for me. The ability Shadow Hunt lets you use a move of any Pokemon in the discard pile. However, you have to have the required energy to do so. But that helps, especially if I would throw him maybe into a Charizard deck. That way, if you have the required energy, you could use Crimson Storm again and blow away pretty much any GX or EX in the format right now, depending on if their weakness and resistance and such is like that. For the second attack, we have Beatdown for 120 damage. Nothing to shy away from there. You can throw a Professor Kukui and a Choice Band on there, and you're hitting your EXs for 170. That's knocking out some of the basic GXs, especially you're going to hit Drampa and Tauros, which are running right now in the standard format for weakness, so that doubles that, so you'll definitely be knocking those out. But it's definitely one to think about. The GX move is called Peerless 100 Blows. That sounds epic. It's similar to Tapu Lele's Energy Drive. For 1 fighting energy, this Pokemon does 50 damage times the number of energy attached to Marshadow GX. So again, piling on basic energy to Marshadow GX and using that, you could instantly wipe the floor with pretty much anybody. So this move is a GX move. You can only use it once, but it can get you out in a pinch. Coming in at number 7, Necrozma GX. This is one of my favorite cards from the set, of course, but I threw it into the number 7 spot simply because it's a beefy stage 1 Pokemon. Its ability, End of Light, which prevents any damage being done to Necrozma by a colorless Pokemon, is great, but honestly, the only colorless Pokemon that we're really getting damage from right now is the Tauros and the Drampa GX decks right now. Now I want to focus on the attack Prism Burst. For 3 colorless energy, Necrozma does 10 damage plus 60 damage for every psychic energy you discard from the Pokemon. This card can literally have energy piled onto him using Dragonair's Dragon Wish and Lunala GX's Psychic Transfer to plow through enemy GXs. Last but not least, you have the GX attack, Black Ray GX. It does 100 damage to each of your GX and EX Pokemon on your opponent's side without resistance. So it's an easy way to pile on some damage to some and easily get a second hit KO on something using Lysander for now until the end of the format, or the format changes in September, or Bloodthirsty Eyes, Lycanroc to bring people up front, just KO them. This is a really easy card to get the 2-hit KOs, 1-hit KOs with Prismatic Burst. The GX attack costs 3 colorless, which it makes it a pretty fantastic GX attack in my opinion. Coming in at number 6 is Golisopod GX, and it gains this spot due to its versatility. For a grass energy, this attack does 30 damage, plus 90 if this Pokemon became your active Pokemon in the turn when it attacks. Paired with a Float Stone and easy retreat like Super Scoop Up, you can make this Pokemon active multiple times during the game and get that extra bit of attack. Adding Kukui and Choice Band also throws on extra damage, and you will get a good amount of damage on GXs and EXs. For a Grass Energy and a DCE, you have Armored Press. That does 100 damage, and during the next turn, Golisopod GX receives 20 less damage from the Pokemon attacks. Crossing Cut GX does 50 damage for Grass and 2 colorless energy, and you switch Golisopod with one of your bench Pokemon. So essentially, you can make him your active, KO an opponent's active, GX return to the bench, maybe 2-shotting a Pokemon, then return him to the active for first impression again, and get a good amount of damage again. It's a really versatile card. Coming in at number 5 is Gardevoir GX. Pokemon sure do love printing Gardevoir. This card gained this spot for many reasons. The ability Secret Spring allows you to attach a fairy energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. This helps drive energy from the deck to the Pokemon. Its first attack is Infinite Force. It does 30 damage times the number of energy cards attached to both Pokemon for just 1 fairy energy. And then using that encompassed with its ability, you can pile on energy and do a lot of damage real quick. For Twilight GX, you search your discard pile for 10 cards, show them to your opponent, and then shuffle them back into your deck. That is a really good way to prolong a game, especially keep yourself from decking out, and you can pull in cards that you really need to bring back from your discard pile and just use them again. It makes it a really awesome card. I'm glad that we get a good Gardevoir again. Coming in at number 4, Ho-Oh GX. Boy, this card, as if it wasn't a beefy card enough with the 190 HP for a basic Pokemon, we have some amazing attacks. For Fire and a DCE, we have Sacred Fire. This attack does 50 damage without applying resistance or weakness to one of your opponent's Pokemon. I love Snipe move, but this one's energy cost is a little bit pricey to me. But for 3 Fire and a colorless, we have Phoenix Burn. This attack does 180 damage, but you can't use this attack the next turn. This hitting for 180 will knock out most basic EXs, and will also take out some GXs. Paired with Kukui and Choice Band, we're looking at knocking out pretty much any Stage 1 GX and Stage 2 GXs like Decidueye GX, which we've seen a lot of play with Vileplume and Forest of Giant Plants, which is rotating in September. But for now, this would be a really good way to combat that. But why we're really here is for the GX move. For 1 Fire and a DCE, Eternal Flame, it lets you put in any combination 3 Fire type GX or EX cards from your discard pile onto your bench. That means you can bring in Stage 2 Pokemon like Incineroar and Charizard, and a Stage 1 Pokemon like Salazzle GX, and put them onto your bench without having to evolve. That's a good way to build up a strong bench and have a team of power hitters ready to go if Ho-Oh GX goes down. I could see this card having a lot of play, especially in Charizard decks, with that energy cost being so high. In the number 3 spot, we have Guzma. This card isn't a Pokemon card, but it's going to see a lot of play. Guzma is essentially taking the place of Lysander whenever it rotates out in September. It has a little twist though. Guzma allows you to switch your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. However, if you do, you have to switch one of your bench Pokemon with your active Pokemon. This can work out in so many ways. You can manipulate how you're wanting to do that, to get a good Pokemon out onto the bench. This would work really well with Golisopod, and also helping out if you've got the Ho-Oh and you've used Eternal Flame and you have a ton of power hitters on your bench. This is a very good card, and I see this being played a lot. Again, we lost the VS Seeker, but having a standard 3 or 4 of these in your deck will really help you out. Coming in at number 2, we have Darkrai GX. Like I said before with Gardevoir, Pokemon likes to print certain Pokemon cards. Darkrai has a lot of cards, whether it's EXs or promos, but this GX is so good. It comes into play with an amazing ability, Restoration. Once during your turn, before you attack, if this card is in your discard pile, you may play this card to your bench and attach 1 dark energy from your discard pile. This Pokemon literally will take a beating, be dropped into your discard pile, and then come back for more. If that's not bad, I don't know what is. It just won't stay dead. Next we have Dark Cleave. Dark Cleave does 130 damage, and it's not affected by resistance. That's huge. A lot of Pokemon out there can really deter you from attacking with resistance. That's a big help. And with the Choice Band and Kukui, it hits for 180, which will really wreck and mess up EXs and basic GXs. And it only costs 2 Darkness Energy and a colorless. Then for the move Dead End GX, if your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, that Pokemon is knocked out. For 2 Darkness and a colorless, you can knock out your opponent's Pokemon, and that works really well with Salazzle, with the new Raichu from Burning Shadows. Special conditions are really coming back really strong, and this card is going to benefit from them. Also with Pokemon like Alolan Muck running amok, this could be a great contender. I have some quick honorable mentions, ones that may have been ultra rares or not. Most of these I wanted them to be ultra rare or more, but these are cards that I'm really looking forward to, but didn't quite make my top 10. We have the Noivern GX. And here we have the Raichu. That Raichu is so great. I can't wait to play it. It's my favorite Pokemon. I'm still waiting for an Alolan Raichu GX. I'm looking at you guys, Pokemon. Porygon Z. Porygon Z has the ability to make you devolve your opponent's Pokemon when you evolve, and put their top evolution into your opponent's hand. It's a great card. Wishful Baton. This will be played a lot. I could see that. When your active Pokemon is knocked out from damage from an opponent's attack, move 3 basic energy to one of your Pokemon. Olivia. And sadly, we did not get the full art Olivia. Olivia is my bae. I'm hoping we see it in Shining Legends. Alolan Ninetales. And I briefly want to touch on the ability that it has. The ability is Luminous Barrier, and it does not get affected by damage from GX or EX Pokemon. That's the Safeguard ability being brought back into this format, and I am fantastically happy about it. And coming in at number 1 is the Secret Rare Fairy Energy. I know it's not really a high playable card, and we're not going to see many being pulled out of this, but the Fairy Energy, since it's been introduced in XY, has not had anything special aside from the reverse hollow energies we got from XY evolutions. It's not got a Call of Legends. There's not been anything special, and the Fairy Energy holds a special place in my heart. I like the design. It's beautiful. It's an awesome card, and I happen to like Sylveon. Sylveon's my favorite evolution. So I was really excited to see that they were bringing a Secret Rare Fairy Energy into this, and I hope to pull it. And maybe we will see a lot of play with that Gardevoir GX going around. We could see a lot of Secret Rare Fairy Energies out there, and I'm hoping, and I just hope. And with Gardevoir GX running around out there, hopefully we'll see these Secret Rare Fairy Energies making a splash. So guys, that's my top 10 most anticipated cards, ultra rare or better, from Sun and Moon Burning Shadows. That's coming out here in the next, I think, 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks. Some people already have their hands on them, and if I can get myself some of it early, I will love to open it for you guys. I should have a booster box coming out probably the Saturday after Burning Shadows comes out. I look forward to opening that for you. I look forward to this set. But are there any cards that you guys, again, are really looking forward to that I may not have mentioned? just put them in the comments below. And if you liked what I did here, let me know. I could do some more top 10s. Let me know what kind of top 10s you would like to see. That would be fantastic. But if you want to support what I do, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And if you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up. And while you're there, hit subscribe for more awesomeness. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you real soon. Catch you on the flip side. I swear, I'm not looking forward to the Charizard, but I know I'm gonna probably end up getting a bunch of those like we did the Lele.